What's up everyone, welcome to Play Infinite Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc in-depth review, and you're watching part 1 of this review right now where we'll cover everything related to the hardware of the Xperia Arc. Make sure to be on the lookout for part 2 of the Xperia Arc review as well, where we'll cover everything related to the software. The easiest way is to just simply subscribe to Play Infinite. So just sit back, relax, and watch this video. Okay, so like most of our reviews, I usually start with the box and go through what you'll actually get with the Xperia Play when you buy it from stores. So obviously you'll get the Xperia Play device, which is right here. I'm going to put this to the side for now and talk about what else you'll get in the box. So over here, this is the box. There's some barcodes and information over there. I'm just going to block that out. Here's just a blank side. Over here it says Sony Ericsson and make.believe. This, remember, you have to remember that the Xperia Play was made before Sony Ericsson and Sony broke up. So before Sony bought out Ericsson. In the front of the box, you'll see Xperia Play, nice shiny letters. I mean, sorry, not Xperia Play, Xperia Arc. Right there, Xperia Arc, and you can see a picture of the device right there. And on the other side, there's a Sony Ericsson logo, and at the bottom of the box, you'll see a couple of cool things. It explains the main features of the device, which we'll go over in more detail. So, XMOR sensor, HDMI, QuickTime, Wi-Fi B, G, and N, and DLNA support, as well as a mobile broadband engine, and a couple of specs are listed there. And that is it. On this side of the box, we have the barcode information right there, so I'm just going to block that part out. And then, that's the box. So inside it, if you actually open the box, whoops. So if you actually open the box, okay, so I actually purchased my a screen protector for the Xperia Arc. Sorry, I might say Xperia Play sometimes. Just really forgive me for that. I'm trying to say Arc. It's just Xperia Play is coming in because I did a review for that phone just a couple of days ago. So this is a case that I actually bought. This doesn't come in the box when you buy your Xperia Arc, but I bought this case and I really recommend it. It's by Roxfit. Right there, it says Roxfit at the bottom. And it says it's made for Sony Ericsson and obviously the Xperia Arc, which I will cover in detail. So this is just a nice little case that I do recommend. In here you'll find the when you actually buy the Xperia Arc, you'll find a wall outlet charger with a USB port where you would plug the USB wire that you are given, and that is over here. Just give me a second. Right here. So you just simply plug that in and get charging and plug this into the wall and you can charge like that. And it has this little Sony Ericsson logo right there. And the other end of this is just a little micro USB that you guys should be used to and familiar by now. It's just a standard, so industry standard. So now I'm going to put this away to the side. We're using our new mic system, so just let us know if we can improve anything in the comment section below. And okay, so what else you'll get? This you won't actually get. This is a micro micro SD card holder or just case. I got this with my micro SD card, and you will get it depends on the carrier actually on what size micro SD card you'll get, but I believe the standard is 8 gigabytes, so which I have running in my Xperia. So if you take this out, you'll see a couple of more things. Again, this is another case that I bought. This is just a soft case that I bought. You won't get this with the Xperia Play. I mean Xperia Arc, sorry, again. Inside, there's nothing else in the box that you'll get besides this wire. And also, I want to mention, so this is actually the HDMI wire that you get with the Xperia Arc. You plug this into your TV, and this is the micro HDMI port that you plug into the Xperia Arc, which I will go over the ports in a minute. So let me just put this, actually I'll keep that wire outside for now, but these are the manuals and instruction manuals. My first hour, SAR info, FCC statement, again my first hour, probably a different language, important information. So I guess you could, if you have the time, make sure to read this out if you have the time, but I know most people don't read that anyways. So now let me just put that back in and let's get started with the actual review. So those are the cases that are recommended, by the way. So you know what, I'm just gonna keep this box right here with my Samsung Galaxy Tab review. Samsung Galaxy Tab, make sure to check out our review for that as well. So now back to the Xperia Play, the main feature of this review. So this is the front of the device. You'll see a nice screen right there. I'm gonna cover the specs in a minute and all the dimensions of it. Just let me just talk about the phone first. So it is in general, you'll notice that the Xperia Arc does have a Arc style design, and that's where the name of the device comes from. It is an Arc, and it does have three hardware buttons at the bottom: the back button, the home button, and the menu button. It says Xperia over there, and at the back of the device we have a nice little gradient. You guys could probably be able to see that on the camera. That's why I'm just moving this around so you guys could see that little gradient effect that Sony added. There's the Sony Ericsson or Sony logo, Xperia logo right there, and we have our speakers and everything else right there. We have our HD Exmor R camera, which I will go into details when I talk about the specs, and there's the LED flash. At the top of the phone we have the power and slash lock button key, as well as a micro HDMI port. So that's why I want to keep the wire. I want to show you guys what you do. So you just take that slab off. So that's to start the review. That's one thing that I don't like about this phone, but you might like it. But it's just that this flab, it's really prone to damage. So if I pull it a bit more further, it will come off. I could tell that it's really weak, and it will come off. So that's the only thing. I wish they made like a type of sliding mechanism over there where you just slide the HDMI or the cover for the micro HDMI. That would have been a bit more better, but anyways, at least they actually put a cover on. I know some people don't like the cover, but me personally, I do like the cover, so that's really up to you and your personal opinion. Over here, here's the micro HDMI port, micro HDMI wire, and you just simply plug that in as so, right there. You would just plug that in, and then plug this other end into your flat screen HD TV. So here the phone automatically turned on, I believe, because it recognized it. I don't know. I might have just clicked the power button. So let me just put that back off and lock that phone. Okay. So now I'm going to put this wire to the side since I covered it. And remember, this wire is free and it is included with the device. It's a standard HDMI cable. So now on this side of the device we have a dedicated camera key button right there. It's a 2-click button. Over here we have the volume rockers, up over here and down over there, and we have a micro USB port. This port isn't covered, so it's just completely open. There was no cover on that port. And on this side of the device, it's completely clear over here except for 3.5mm headphone jack port right there. And at the bottom of the device we have a lanyard, key, the microphone, and a little tab. So the lanyard's over there, the microphone's over here, and a little tab where you can remove the battery cover, which I'm going to do right now. So to simply remove the battery cover, you just go like that and pull up. It does seem like it's gonna break, so you might want to be careful with this. I don't know if it'll break, but it is hard plastic. It's not soft plastic, so it probably could break if you bend it too much when you're trying to open it. Over here, okay, so this is something that I really don't like about this device. I'm not sure. It really depends on the device that you get, because most like it might be different for you depending on how they built it. But one thing I don't like is how when you put the case on, like, and everything, you'll hear squeaky sounds throughout the entire back panel. You'll hear squeaky sounds. So what I did, I know you're not supposed to do it, but I was really annoyed by that squeaky sound. So what I did, I just took a non-flammable little piece of paper. It's not really paper, it's just a non-flammable material that I had lying around, and I just simply put that right there where the squeaky sound was, and I just inserted the case on. That way it doesn't make a squeaky sound, and I believe it's because the battery cover is going inside a bit. You can probably see that. So yeah, that's the first thing I do not like about the device. But besides that, everything inside the phone, inside here, is pretty good. It has a battery, which I will go talk about the specs in a second, and a SIM card over there, not the micro SIM card, just a regular SIM card, and it comes with a micro SD card right there. It, like I said, it depends on your carrier, but mine came with an 8GB card. Over here, there's the camera sensor, and there is the LED flash. So now let me just put back the case on, and I want to quickly mention the hardware buttons for a second. So these buttons in general, they're very responsive, the volume buttons. It's just one thing is that throughout the entire phones, all the buttons are plastic. Oh, whoopsie, see, I took out that little slip thing, and now it's starting to squeak again. Whatever, I'll live with it for the review. So basically it's good quality. I don't know, like, I wouldn't say it's really good quality, it's okay quality, but it is, you have to keep in mind that it is plastic and it will start chipping off as you can see over there, it just starts, it's just basic wear and tear. I don't know if you can see it down here too, there's like little black dots, and that's the plastic or the layer of the silver layer that's chipping off. And you'll see that throughout the entire device actually, and also even the edges, the entire phone is a plastic device, so it will feel or will start chipping off, and that is kind of normal. So I really, if you don't want it to chip off, I guess the only thing you can do is just keep really good care of the device and check out that case that I gave you guys. But even something I noticed is, even when I do put that case on, not the soft case, when I put the hard case on, the corners start getting chipped, and you might be able to see it right there. The corners are a bit chipped, and that is because I put that hard case on. The soft case of course won't do that though. And yeah, besides that, the entire device is plastic except for the screen of course, which is glass, and it is Gorilla Glass. And yeah, the back, it does so overall the back is okay because it has that gradient design on it, but it would be better if they put like a texturized finish at the back. But overall the device does feel fairly well. It doesn't feel cheap, and it is okay device to hold, I guess. It's not that bad. It doesn't feel cheap for sure. Even though it does have plastic, it doesn't feel cheap. And another thing I want to quickly point out is that this power button, it is pretty annoying. It depends on your finger size, I guess, but for me, when I click it, and I have fairly big hands, I guess, or fairly normal hands, and so when I click that button, it's just really hard to click because it is a small little circle-ish button right there. It's not, see, I wish it was the size of this micro HDMI port, like for example make that a button but on this side of course, so just, and it'll be easier to click. Or maybe even if Sony Ericsson just move this volume button or a rocker down and put like the power slash lock key right here, it would have been a bit better, because this is actually kind of really hard to reach with this screen, which is with this huge screen. Over here there's a Sony Ericsson logo, I forgot to mention that. And now I'm actually going to go through the detailed specs of the device. So it does have a standard lithium ion battery. It's 1500 sorry